Guys, I had a call this morning from a gentleman that recently pled guilty to securities fraud. He's going through a lot of stress. He's really concerned about the unknown. Going into the courthouse and doing that guilty plea was very traumatizing to him. And I told him that I could empathize with what he was talking about. And in 2012, I was approached by the FBI, and then later in 2014, I pled guilty in the Boston courthouse, in the federal courthouse in Boston, to securities fraud and 2 other felonies. And I remember going into that day to do my Rule 11 hearing where, I would go up and waive my right to an indictment and plead guilty to the judge with my attorney. Right after that, I went downstairs to the U.S. Marshal's office to be processed, something that I had a lot of fear of doing since the process started. So I went down to the U.S. Marshal's office, fingerprinted, pictures, general information, and I looked to the right of me, and I see in a holding cell the Boston Marathon bomber jumping around in his cell. He was there that day to make his initial appearance. So it was a really surreal moment for me. I said, at one point I was a licensed stockbroker. I had a promising career. I made some really poor decisions based on greed, and I put myself in this terrible position to have to be in this federal courthouse. Now I'm being processed by the marshals, and I'm standing 10 feet away from the marathon bomber. And it was all because of the decisions that I made. So what I try to do today when someone in the same position calls me, I try to help them manage the stress like I did for the 4.5 to 5 years that I was in pretrial. I help them manage the stress while we're helping them put together a package to help them be positioned to be considered for the lowest possible sentence. So, if you or someone close to you has recently been arrested or indicted, you're going through the same type of situation with the stress, and you're wondering what options might be available to get the best possible sentence, feel free to DM me here, or you can text me at the number that is going to be in my bio. I'm happy to help in any way I can.